everyone. So if you're new here, I'm Damaris and I created Rainbow Vegans Rock, and on my channel I talk about vegan things and eco-friendly things. So I decided to switch things up. I was getting a little bit bored of the backdrop and I just fancied a change, so let me know if you like it in the comments, and stay tuned for the end of the video because I've got a quote this week and it's an Einstein quote. So today's video is to do with plastic-free vegan supplements and some nutritional advice from a non-expert, of course. So yes, if you're in any doubts about your health or anything that I've said, please do visit a doctor or a nutritionist, because this is just my opinion and what I've learnt since going vegan 5 years ago. So there are some things that vegans and vegetarians might be missing from their diet. So B12 is the first one that comes to mind that may be missing from a vegan and vegetarian diet, and that is because B12 is something that is produced from cows. So it is, I believe that the cows get their B12 from grazing on grass. So if you eat animal products, you therefore get the B12, but it's one that's not as easy to find in vegan food or a plant-based diet, basically. So this is one that actually can be quite dangerous if you don't have enough B12. It can cause major health issues. So if you suspect that you're missing B12, definitely go straight to the doctor, because if your body doesn't absorb it properly, they can give you injections if needed of B12, so it's definitely one to take seriously and look into. Another thing that may be missing from a vegan or vegetarian diet is iron. So iron is something that's obviously found in red meats. It is found in plant-based foods like green leafy vegetables, lentils, beans, that sort of thing, but the quantities in the plant-based versions aren't quite so high compared to the weight. So this is something that some vegans and vegetarians may find that they're missing. So like myself, for example, I noticed a few years after I'd been vegan that I was starting to get fatigued, and no matter how much plant-based iron I put into my body, so I had lots of kale, spinach, all the beans, lentils, everything that I found out that was rich in iron, I was eating it, and my body just didn't absorb it very well. So I still had fatigue, low blood pressure issues, just generally not feeling right. So as soon as I started taking a supplement, a few weeks into that, I felt so much better. So I knew that I'd basically self-diagnosed and fixed the issue myself. I obviously wouldn't recommend that to anybody. I think that was just my reluctance to go to the doctors and waste their time, really. So I just sort of figured it out on my own and decided to try the supplement. If that hadn't have worked, then the first thing I would have done would be to go to the doctors and look into it further. But as it stands for me, that fixed it, so that was great. Another one that may be missing is omega-3s. So I think most people are aware now that omega-3s are found in fish, but it's not actually something that the fish produce themselves. The omega-3 comes from the algae. Why did I say it like that? The algae that the fish eat. So, of course, on a vegan diet, we can eat seaweed type products, or you can get a supplement which is basically made from the seaweed to easily get that omega-3 in your diet. I believe flax seeds and chia seeds are also high in omega-3, so that's other things that you can add to your diet to prevent this. So calcium and vitamin D go hand in hand, and vitamin D in particular it can be missing in a lot of people's diets, not just vegan, vegetarian. And so it's said that actually, I read an article several months ago now, which I thought was quite interesting. It just basically said that there was a link between people who caught the flu and vitamin D levels in their bodies being low. So they believe that vitamin D works well with the immune system. So if you're low on vitamin D, then you're more susceptible to things like colds and the flu. I thought that was quite interesting, and obviously, like I said, do your own research, don't take what I'm saying as being gospel, but when I read that, I thought that seems like it's something that would be an issue for a lot of people. So in the UK in the winter time we don't get enough sun, so even if you go outside with wearing a t-shirt, exposing your skin to the sun in the middle of winter, the sun isn't enough to get sufficient vitamin D from it. So I've been taking vitamin D for months now for that reason, and also because I like to wear a lot of sunscreen as well. So I wear sunscreen to protect my face and the rest of my body if that's exposed and it's a hot day. Because I'm pale, it just makes sense for me to make sure that I'm protected from the sun, and also it's aging on the skin as well. But of course this means that it blocks the vitamin D from being absorbed, so this is just something that I take, and I guess do your own research if you aren't sure about this one. So the final one that I wanted to mention is magnesium. Now this isn't necessarily a vegan or vegetarian missing one. This is one that pretty much anyone can be short of magnesium in their body. And again, I read an article which was saying about how in the past we would have got magnesium and vitamin B12 as well from the soil, so from consuming a bit of soil, say when you're eating fruit and vegetables. But because of pesticides used nowadays and the fact that we overwash our fruit and vegetables for that reason, we are removing this magnesium off of the food. Rightly so, if pesticides have been used, of course, but this obviously is leading to a lack of magnesium in some people, and magnesium has a lot of benefits for your heart, brain, hormones, so generally just for your mood and keeping everything working properly in your body. So the moment that I noticed that I was missing magnesium was I started to have muscle spasms, which weren't due to lack of sleep or anything, it was just random spasms. And when I looked into it, I realised that there was a link to being low in magnesium. So I added that one to my stack of supplements, and I've not had that issue since. So it's definitely one that, again, I've just sort of figured out on my own and researched and realised that's what the issue was. So I'll just go through some vegan supplements that are available in the UK. So first of all, you can get supplements at pretty much any health food store in the UK anyway, but the chain Holland and Barrett has supplements, Omvit, the Vegan Society, Vegan Vitality and Vitawake. You can also buy supplements from the supermarket and from Boots and Superdrug, but personally I've never found them to be very good quality. So the next is my favourite section. It's plastic-free supplements. So of course, because I'm trying to live more sustainably and avoid plastic myself, I lean towards the plastic-free supplements. So Dr. Vegan is one of my favourites. I'll leave a link for an image to show you. Another one is Solgar. So they sell their supplements in glass and they're all sort of top quality supplements. Next is Vega Vitamins, and that one again is good quality supplements in glass. Vegetology is another one. They sell their vitamins in plant-based sugarcane, so bioplastic, not actual plastic. V-Gums is another one that I'd recommend. They sell theirs in cardboard packaging and they do refill backpacks in cornstarch film. So V-Gums are pretty good if you just need a general. Lastly is Wild Nutrition. So again, they're sort of up there on the price scale towards Solgar sort of prices, and they're supplied in glass, but again, it all depends on your budget and what you can afford, because they are good quality supplements again. So I know supplements aren't always needed for the average person. I think it's important to listen to your body, and if you're in any doubts, go to the doctor and ask for a blood test. If you're newly vegan or vegetarian, you can state that as your reason for requesting a blood test. And although in the past when I've done this, when I was first vegan, I did get a blood test actually, and they said that my iron, for example, was within normal but a little bit low. So this is kind of where I sort of did my own research when I started to have health issues, let's say. I decided to do my own research because I didn't want to waste their time again to go in for a blood test, and I've fixed it on my own, so it was no issue. So lastly, I just wanted to do the quote. So this one is, "Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving." And that's Albert Einstein. I love that quote. I think it's a really positive one and really makes you feel motivated. It's just very relatable, I think. So I hope that's been useful today. Please do hit the like button if it has, and I'll see you on the next video.